Aquarius, darling, I need you to calm down and stop overthinking things, friend. If you could see where you're going to be 6 months from now, by the end of this year, you would be feeling absolutely silly, Aquarius, for all this overthinking that you're doing, my friend. And I'm going to call you out, all right? Because, my regular Aquarians already know I always do this from a place of love, but it's almost as if, oh, girl, not some of y'all trying to silence me right now. I have like an itch in my throat. Anyways, I'm playing, obviously. Aquarius, but Five of Pentacles, it almost as if it doesn't make sense to me that you have like certain anxiety in your life, because if you, in order for certain anxiety to be relevant enough in your life that it actually impacts you, it would require for you to dismiss or to not acknowledge like your own intelligence or your own capabilities. And on some level, it might even be ignoring stuff that you already been there and done that with, Aquarius. It's almost like this message where it's just like, darling, why are you so afraid of like going biking when you've rode a bicycle millions of times? Why are you afraid of taking a leap of faith or taking a chance with something when it's like, you've gone through much worse? I get like this message, Aquarius, where it's like you're going through a rite of passage right now, but it's like this gauntlet or like this challenge that's about to be presented in front, or that is presented in front of you, Aquarius. It's like you're psyching yourself out currently about it, and I'm not understanding why, because you've been through worse. Like, and maybe that's a little bit too abrasive, but it's like, darling, like I can understand on some level why it might be stressful. Like, I'm not dismissing that, but at the same time, it's like it does in my head, it just doesn't make sense that you are as stressed as you are or as anxious as you are. But maybe that's just simply because I see you for you, or at least I just see you through these tarot cards. Anyways, Aquarius. But let's get into your predictions for this week. You have the Temperance, the Ten of Pentacles, as well as the Queen of Cups. And now I also have your relationships, your social life, as well as your career and your hobbies pulled as well. But which is all looking fabulous, by the way. But ultimately here, Aquarius, you need to just remember like what it is that you're wanting to accomplish and like the plans that you're trying to paint. It's like the Mona Lisa wasn't painted overnight. All right. Like the goal, like as this Queen of Cups, it's like you have your mind hyper focused on like a specific thing. Maybe you like the goal that you set for yourself recently is like, you're like, oh, you know what, it would be really fun. It's just like to have like a certain career accolade, or for you to travel or do something. It's like you set your mind on doing something recently, Aquarius, that's like a very daunting task. And it's because you care about it so much. Maybe that's part of the reason why you're feeling so anxious, which I get. Again, outside of reading tarot cards, like I completely understand where you're at, Aquarius. But it's almost this sense of where like you don't have any other choice. Not that you don't have any other choice, Aquarius, but you're not going to just give up. If your goal or your dream is always to visit like a country, or to like be an artist, like an artist that makes six figures, like whatever your story is, Aquarius, like it's very possible for you, but you just need to have that temperance energy. You need to accept the fact, Aquarius, that your journey, your success story, or just your story in general, is not going to be looking like somebody else's. And like where their really good chapter was on chapter 3, your really good chapter where you have that 10 of Pentacles might be on like chapter 13, or might be on chapter 7. All right. And so there's like this message here where it's like delayed gratification for you, Aquarius. And so while I know, especially when it comes to tarot readings, people don't like to think about delayed gratifications, but I really do feel like that's the message at hand for you here, is that for the Aquarians that are able to be patient with this here, you're going to be so thankful. It's kind of like this message, Aquarius, where, when you adopt like a health routine for yourself, or wellness routine, like you don't start skincare thinking that it's going to cure all your acne and your acne scars and pigmentation overnight. Well, I mean, I guess some people do, darling, but it's not realistic. And the same thing with losing weight. It's like if you're wanting to reach a certain accolade for your physical health, you understand that just because you eat broccoli one day, darling, that you're not going to wake up tomorrow with a six-pack. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, honey, but someone has to say it. And so you wouldn't have, like, it sounds silly, but it's like you apply that same logic, Aquarius, with what the goals that you have set for yourself, then you would realize like how ridiculous it feels for the anxiety that you currently have, or like the imposter syndrome. Like this Five of Pentacles as this overall energy, it isn't too fabulous. All right, it isn't too fabulous. So I see this and I'm just like, girl, what you feeling so insecure for, my friend? Like we've been there, done that. Right? You're 20 something years old. I know for the fact like most of my folks that watch me are like 20 plus, like 20s, 30s, 40s. Honey, barely anyone like 18 watches me. That's a whole nother subject. But anyways, you're a full grown adult. Most of the people that 99% of the people that watch me are full grown adults, Aquarius, and I'm just going to be the person that gives you that tough love. Let's put the spiritual side away for a moment, Aquarius, darling. We don't need to talk about your spiritual team, your spirit guides, manifestations, shielding, the karmic debt, like whatever, girl. Like, let's just take the fact of like what you have experienced the past 20 something years, 30 something, 40 something, 60 something years of your life up until this moment, what you've been through, what you've like overcome, and you realize what you want to accomplish when it comes to your career is like a cakewalk. You want to have like you want to be able to support yourself with your art. You are easily able to do that compared to like the trauma that you had to live back in the past, you know, where maybe there's certain points in your life where you don't even want to be alive. You think building a career online, posting some TikTok, Sonny, a YouTube video, building your following is tougher than the trauma that you experienced? Okay. I mean, maybe it just wasn't that as bad as as I think it is, but it's just like, I mean, I don't think everyone's gone through traumatic, but you get my point. It's just like we all, like, that's just human life. Like we go through a bunch of hardships, darling, right? And so it's like, you get the point. Let's just continue on into your career now. But first, let me introduce myself. I know we're like halfway into this video, Aquarius. My name is SimplyVelca. I've been reading tarot cards for 12 years, honey. What makes my tarot readings a little bit different from others as well. Yes, I'll talk about the good stuff, darling. I like to also provide a plan or a sense of direction of how you go from point A to point B so you actually can claim it, right? And so just remember, Aquarius, I'm here for your breakthrough. I'm not here just to tell you a bunch of positive messages that make you feel good. I'm here for you to make it get actual results in your life. So if I sound the type of tarot reader for you, darling, let's just continue on. We're already halfway done with this here. We'll do one last card here though, or two more. When it comes to predictions here, Ace of Swords and Wheel of Fortune coming in here. Ultimately, Aquarius, you are in a place of where you are really able to collaborate with the universe around you of like what it is that you're wanting to accomplish. And so let me just put it this way, Aquarius, maybe one day that you have this idea of being like a social media influencer, and then another day you're just like, you know what, I really want to like travel and live in another country. Like, it doesn't really matter what it is that you do, Aquarius, because the Wheel of Fortune would be blessing you. But what matters is you just making the choice, making up your mind and actually going forward with it, rather than constantly confusing yourself with the extra details of where it's like, oh, if I were to do this, how long or how difficult, yada, yada, yada. Darling, just do it. It isn't like there's no wrong. The only wrong choice is just obsessing over wanting to make the right choice. All right, my friend. So let's get into your career and your hobbies now. The overall energy is the Seven of Swords, Aquarius. So I already, I already have been pretty aggressive to you guys for the most part, Aquarius. So I'm going to try to lighten up a little bit, but I mean, I see this Nine of Swords, Aquarius, and I'm like, girl, like, y'all either need a Velka in your life or you just need someone just to like grab you by your collar, and it's just like, listen up, Aquarius, like if you keep on doubting yourself, I'm gonna slap you. That's really how this is going to be. Like, the more that each week, Aquarius, that I do your tarot readings and I keep on noticing this Nine of Swords, Nine of Swords, Seven of Swords, like all this self-sabotaging energy, all this energy where you're not giving yourself credit, because this has been a thing that's been going on for like years, Aquarius. Like when I've been reading your cards, it's like I always feel this need to like, girl, some of y'all trying to tell me to shut up right now. I have an itch in my throat. Honey, girl, I don't even have water in this. Oh no. Yeah, I don't have water in this anymore. Oh well. Anyways, Aquarius, like this has been an ongoing thing where for years now, I'm like, I just wish that you guys, Aquarians, like y'all have like the softest spot in my heart, because it's just like you guys are like my artists. You guys are my people that like really do dance to the beat of a different drum, and it's just like because of how different you are and how different you see the world, maybe you don't see it as like a bad thing, Aquarius, but it's just, you don't give yourself enough credit, friend. I mean, ultimately here you have the Two of Wands. Again, all of your cards seem to be talking about like the bigger picture. If you like, the Two of Wands can talk about, it's like, if you want to travel, you can travel, you know, if you're like, whatever you want to do, like, it's not going to happen overnight for you. But I feel like on some level, if you were just to realistically take a step back and be like, oh yeah, like, just because it's not happening right now doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Like, you're good, Aquarius. You're absolutely good here. Six of Pentacles coming in here. I do get like this message again, like, it's the sense of delayed gratification. It's like you're doing a bunch of crunches right now, Aquarius, and while you may not see any abs on your 200th crunch, that doesn't mean to give up, because it's like a cumulative thing for you. And again, it doesn't matter how big or small the idea or the thing that you want to chase after is. Hopefully it is something that's a little bit bigger than like wanting to, I mean, I don't know, who the hell am I to judge, but it's just, it doesn't matter what you want to accomplish, Aquarius. You definitely can. You just need to accept the fact that it's not going to happen overnight. You need to accept the fact that while yes, the journey ahead, it could be daunting, you've overcome worse, you know, and you understand, Aquarius, because of the life that you lived up until this point, that it's not The Sims. You know, I know on social media all the time people talk about where it's just like, oh, just do these AI things, you can make past 6 figures of passive income. Da, da, da. Like, girls, it just is not realistic. All right. But you have the coming, while this may not be a tarot message that I know a lot of Aquarians might not want to hear, but it's like, while you are not going to hear like the flashy message from me where it's like, oh yeah, abundance is right around the corner, like you get the satisfaction in knowing if you keep doing what it is that you have been doing, you're going to get the 6-pack. If you keep committing to waking up every day and continue investing in your hobbies and continue investing into the side hustle, it's going to be something that gives you the 10 of Pentacles. Like, it pays off ultimately here, Aquarius. And so while it may not be on the time frame that you want it to be in, that doesn't mean you give up. All right. So let's get into your social life here, Aquarius. The relationship I tap into could be romantic, platonic, past, present, or future, darling. Whatever the case, let's just get into this. The overall energy starting this out is the Empress. Okay. Something you need to accept right now, Aquarius, is this is definitely talking about future relationships for you. You need to really work on your self-confidence here, because I get the sense that even right now that there's a lot of people that find you extremely desirable, but you are just such a denthead. Why am I being so mean to y'all, Aquarius? I don't know where that came from, calling y'all a denthead, honey. Girl, no one's watching me at this point, how aggressive I am. But I don't know, like, I just feel like, and trust me, Aquarius, trust me, I'm as much of a blockhead. Like, I have to share the story sometime. I've talked about it before, about when someone has hit on me and I did not realize they hit on me until like I was out the door and I was like, oh, this person was hitting on me for the past 30 minutes. Like, I just feel like you're such a blockhead, Aquarius, when it comes to people wanting to engage with you. And I think it's, again, due to the fact of like how you see yourself. It's just like, oh, like, I'm bored. Like, you tell yourself, like, I'm boring, no one would be interested in talking to me, da 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 da. Like, it's the narrative that you tell yourself of who you are. And so because of that, you cannot conceptualize anything that doesn't fit that narrative. So if you think you're unattractive, if you think you're uninteresting, you're not going to see people and the actions and this, what they do, from a place where it's like they could be interested, because you convince yourself already that you know the narrative. And so what I want to be telling you right now, Aquarius, is that just essentially just stop being such a denthead. No, essentially, Aquarius, I want you to be open to when someone like talks to you, when someone is engaging with you, just to not make already the assumption that they just want to be your friend. Maybe they want to actually get to know you a little bit more. Maybe they want to be more than just coworkers. Maybe they actually want to be your best, you know, so on and so forth. It's just, consider the like, when you enter connections with certain folks, because you're definitely going to be having certain people pursuing you and trying to strike up conversation with you, Aquarius. Maybe some of those people are trying to, you know, do something with you, and you're just not aware about it. And because you're not aware about it, you make it unintentionally hard to approach you. So yeah, Aquarius, that's the tarot reading that I have for you today. I don't even know why I'm speaking at this point, because I don't even think anyone's watching me anymore after how brutal I was to y'all. But it's all in a place of love, Aquarius. I hope that really comes out in this tarot readings. Like, that's my biggest fear, is like, I don't want people to think that I'm condescending. I mean, I'm condescending towards certain people, but when they deserve it, I'm condescending towards bullies. But it's just like, girl, if y'all just knew me, like, like, I'm the least judgmental person possible. But again, like, it's like, what is the purpose in me doing these tarot readings, general tarot readings, if I'm not very brutally honest about how you can just make your life easier, or like, if I'm brutally honest about like how you're making your life difficult right now, you know? So anyways, this is the tarot now that I have for you. If you did enjoy this and you want to have further clarity in your life, and I promise you I'm not always this aggressive, you can book a private tarot reading with me down below, simplyvelca.com, and I'll talk to you later, Aquarius. I love you so much, darling. Bye.